What is up, ACL Nation? The second live episode of Baggin and Braggin is here. We're doing episode number 24. We got two special guests today. We're going to bring on Bernie Nabors, the birthday boy. Doesn't look a day over 73.
You're evil.
He's in the green room. He can't say anything.
He can't defend himself.
We're going to bring on Jim Alves. He is the basically co-head of the USA Cornhole along with Dave Weiss. I'm going to talk to him about his bar, Great Shots in Michigan, as we get ready to head out there for National number 3. But first, we got to head here. I'm actually already here in Ramsey. We got odds to go over for the Shootout number 6. We'll take a look at those at the end of the show. But first things first, how you doing, Meesh?
I am good. We are pseudo starting up our league again. We're doing a mini board tournament. So just something to get our feet wet again. So that's going to happen tonight. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, getting the juices flowing out there. People dying for cornhole. So I did see that post. And in your defense, the picture looks like it's a full-blown court. You know what I mean? Depending on your perspective, you could almost make it pass for big boards and big distances. But
yeah, the vacation boards are a good size. Yeah, because they're not the tiny little boards. And then you have the whole option where you can do a regular size bag or a mini bag. So people don't have to go get mini bags or try to break them in.
Rolling with? Are you doing bring your own bags, or do you have bags for each court?
Yeah, so we're gonna have it's regular size bags, so just bring your own bags. So that should be fun, and we'll be doing that weekly and kind of see how that goes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Anything to brag on this week?
Oh, we're going into that. All right, here, hold on.
We can just hop in unless you got some other stuff.
Here we go. No, I just wanted to have the graphic ready.
There we go.
It's official now. Bragging on you. You're gonna host the Stevies. Let's go.
Man, let's go. Anthony, we're going to hold it down. I'm trying to figure out how to approach him with some ideas that I have, because I almost feel like the bar's already set too high. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We made the announcement. Everybody's, congratulating me and saying, Wally and Anthony, I'm all about it, So I'm like, okay, this has got to be funny for one. People have got to be entertained. Bernie and Jeff did a phenomenal job last year. The year before that, all I can remember is Trey getting the award and crying. You know what I mean?
That's all I remember too. I don't really remember much of that year.
It was so emotional because I think Philip Hayden walked away, and then Trey's got his award. He was crying, and then Eric Ryder was walking away too. So it was just a very emotional thing. I'm like, okay, we're not going to hit the emotional route. We're going to try and go a little bit closer to Bernie and Jeff, and then hopefully supersede them, because I don't like playing second fiddle. But I got some skits that I want to kind of do, and I need to kind of talk with Trey and get a format idea of how it's going to work. And then, of course, see if Anthony's down, which I think he will be down, but it'll be fun. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited. He approached me and Anthony, and we're both like, yeah, no hesitation, throw us in. We definitely want to do it. It's exciting. So
me and Coach.
Yeah. Well, last year I didn't get to even watch it because they did that 6-person teams event or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a big Wiedenfeld guy, right? So I think they had Advanced Player of the Year or whatever his award was, and he was on my court playing while they're giving him the award.
Oh no!
Yeah, so I don't know if he ran over there to get his award or they just said his name. I don't know, but I didn't get to see it, so I was kind of bummed. But this one I'll be there from start to finish. So
good, I'll be there as well.
Responsibilities.
Cheering you on.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited, but definitely coming to brag on that one. Got to brag on my brother a little bit. Came back in town from South Carolina, and as you can tell on Facebook, drama boy over here, venting to the world. I don't know. I just had a little rough spot, but my brother came in town and kind of put a Band-Aid on everything. So shout out to my brother James. He's
in town just for a little bit or for a long time?
Yeah, he's in town for a week. So we had that big community garage sale. There's 16 houses in our subdivision that are participating in this garage sale. And the stress of getting everything from my apartment in Kansas City to St. Louis, and then getting all my mom's stuff that she wants to take with her down to Panama, the country, trying to figure out how to travel all that stuff internationally was just very overwhelming. And of course, the situation with the kiddo and baby mom, that's a whole nother story. But he came in town, took me out to breakfast. We got some biscuits and gravy, which is always a good Band-Aid for fixing everything that goes wrong.
Absolutely. Comfort food. Let's go.
When in doubt, go to the belly, so yeah, it was nice to kind of vent to him and kind of explain things that are going on. But he's like, hey man, you ever, we need a place to stay, you want to go, you can come out to Columbia and South Carolina, which wouldn't really be that bad. It's only an hour away from HQ.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so it'd be kind of fun, but I don't know if I could do East Coast, man. Especially as much as I struggle already going from Central out to California and Portland.
Okay,
like,
you're talking time zone issues. I got it. I was like, what's
Yeah.
wrong with the East Coast? East Coast kind of dope.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, no, East Coast is fine. The time zone issues for me, I don't know. It's football starts at a different hour. I'm not used
That
to
one's
it.
got me. Hey, I will admit that one is a
Yeah.
huge deterrent. I cannot stay awake to watch football as it is. I cannot imagine it starting 3 hours later.
Well, it's like, what time do I need to have my fantasy rosters turned in? I need to know. Get
But
that
yeah,
figured
now
out.
it's you get more time, right? Because
I think
isn't
no,
that
it'd be 1 o'clock. Yeah, right.
yeah, the first game starts later. Am I going
Yeah,
crazy?
see, already struggling.
Okay.
Already struggling.
I know this is a problem. Football, the NFL schedule and Eastern time zone is a big problem. I totally agree.
But yeah, and then basically moving stuff into the house. I got my bed in there, and Meesh, I have been sleeping.
Oh, good.
I have been sleeping. I'm talking
You need
like
to be
10,
although
11 hours a day sleeping.
I'm not surprised because when you stayed with us, all you did was sleep.
Dude,
Like,
it's
took like
so
4
nice
naps.
to not have anything to do, and my dog loves it. Like, my dog is on cloud 9 that bed is there. She slept 10 hours the other day with me. She's sitting there last night, and I got all my suitcase and my clothes on the bed. I'm packing, and she's looking up and she's like,
Yeah, where do you think you're going?
She wants on the bed. I'm like, no. I was like, this is my area that I need for prep, and she, of course, got her way, so I let her sleep on the bed. It's good to have her cuddling me again. When in doubt, the dog's always there to help me out. But
wow, little rhyme there, huh?
Yeah, I had to wrap this crap,
I cuddle with my dog for a nap on the couch pretty much every day, so no judgment coming from over here. And I know that she gets mad when she sees that luggage because she knows that cuddle time is now gone, and she doesn't know how many days it's gone for. And it's not ideal for either one of us.
Yeah, but I did oversleep my alarm for check-in though. Luckily, I was able to do the $30 A1 through A15 thing.
Oh, so you were Southwest.
Yeah,
that matters.
Got to get my aisle seat or my window seat in the emergency row.
That's the best one.
Shout out to Luke, met a cool guy. Luke, he's actually from St. Louis. Him and his dad played cornhole for 6 years, and he's like, "Yeah, we want to start a cornhole business out here." I'm like, "That's what I did."
How funny you should mention.
Yeah, so I was like, "Yeah, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and check it out, and then we'll any questions you got about starting up a league, because the more the better, So.
Hey man, he sat next to the right person. That's great.
Yeah, so it's gonna be exciting.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Bernie on for our interview segment. Stay tuned right after this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Oh, that commercial doesn't get old, Wally.
Watching you watch it more than I enjoyed making it.
All right, so it is time. We're going to bring the one and only Bernie Nabors on to join us. So welcome, Bernie, to Baggin and Braggin. First time ever hearing this show,
yes,
I'm sure.
This is awesome.
I don't have the soundboard. Sorry, Bernie.
Yeah, this is awesome. By the way, the Awkward Knuckles commercial is amazing. And congrats on the Stevies. I got to tell you, I was dying last year because I can talk in front of a camera all day. Like, even if there's a couple camera people, do that literally forever. It doesn't bother me. You put 20 people in front of me, terrified. So I was literally terrified the whole time. And you're doing it with Anthony, which means you better get your typing fingers out because it's going to have to be all scripted. Written and scripted.
I'm hoping that's the case because I want to do it like Oscar format. You know what I mean? Like the Oscar.
It's going to have to be all written out, and I'm sure you're going to have to probably memorize it.
Rehearse and memorize.
Yeah, Jeff and I tried to do it. Like, we met for like an hour, and we're like, oh no, it's going to be a disaster.
Did they give you some notice for it?
About the same, maybe a month.
Okay.
You know, we just weren't around each other that much, and then we kind of ran into each other in Rock Hill a couple times. We're like, all right, we got to figure out what are we doing. You know, like we need, you know, you have to get the order of awards and blah blah blah, all that stuff. And so it's.
Is there a teleprompter, Bernie?
There is not a teleprompter, and there needs to be a teleprompter. It is not easy to, and then you realize like what you're doing is not funny, and you know it, right? But you're in the middle of it, and you've talked about where you're going to go, and it's just the worst feeling.
I think that's the worst part about scripting things is like whenever you script a joke and you're expecting a crowd reaction, you don't get that reaction.
Yeah, crickets. Oh, it's awful. I don't know how stand-up comedians do it. I really don't, because what do you? Like,
I don't either. That's what I was going to say. You've written
this material, you're all about it, and then you do it, and you hit the punchline exactly how you want to, and nothing. That would be awful. I don't know how. I don't know how
to quit.
Yeah. All right. See you guys. Thanks for coming out.
Oh man, did you have a good birthday though, man?
I did. I did have a good birthday. Had some fun. You know, we went and did some things and had some fun in Atlanta. So, I was going to go skydiving. Did I tell you this story?
No.
Yeah, I was going to. So we've had some awful luck with trying to sell the house and just some other things. So things haven't been that great here. And we were like, you know what? F this. We need to change. The vibe. Reverse the curse. So and she's done it before, and she's like, it's amazing. You never get down off that high for a few days. And I was like, let's do it. So we just called it up, set up the appointment. We were going to go on Saturday. We go out there and see. Now, these things happened to me my entire life. So it doesn't bother me, but it's all kind of new for her. It's an hour and 15 minutes away from Atlanta. So we drive out there. We're there. We stop at a store to get something to drink because you might have to wait like an hour or two before you can actually get on the plane. While we're in there, they call and cancel because of the weather.
That's kind of like me with the South Dakota. I wanted to do the helicopter ride to go see Mount Rushmore, and they're like, "Hold on a second, yeah, stay right there." And the next thing I know, I see them wheeling away the helicopter.
Yeah,
this was like a month after Kobe, right? So, like my buddy jokes, he's like, "Don't Kobe." I'm like, "Yeah, too soon, bro."
Yeah, too soon. Yeah,
away the helicopter because it broke down. So then they're like, okay, you're going to go with these other guys. And I'm like, okay, we're waiting. They give me free drinks. We're sitting there chilling. And they're like, ooh, the three of you guys are overweight together. So we're going to have you hold on again. I'm like, at this point, I don't think I need to go anymore.
Like, I'm good. You guys got it. Yeah. So we're going to go back in July. We've set a new time. And we're going to go first thing in the morning. So hopefully they can get us up. But yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do. Something to maybe get the adrenaline, just kind of change the brain a little bit, see if we can do a massive reset on what's happening.
Me too, man. I'm afraid I'm gonna run out of breath though, because like whenever I ride some roller coasters and it starts going too fast, like there's times where I'm like,
yeah,
so I can't imagine jumping out of a plane.
But from what I've heard, it's only like that for a few seconds. It's like that initial when you come out of the plane, it's kind of like that going over in a roller coaster. But eventually, the way gravity works, you get to a set speed, and that's as fast as you're going to go. So once you reach that, it's kind of you just kind of settle in, and it's the world in front of you. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I hope it works out.
There's not something that I would like to do less than that.
Jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
You started your story there saying we've had some bad luck with. I want to go skydiving. I'm like,
reset it, man. Reset it. Reset the luck.
Time with skydiving.
Yeah, time to reset it. Go against it.
I get it though. I mean, I get the mentality. I just feel like there's other pattern interrupts that aren't quite as.
I don't know. I think we need a massive one. I think it needs to be pretty massive. Oh, I'm going to be scared to death. And when I get really scared, I get quiet. Like some people get really chatty. Like I'm just going to be sitting there super quiet still until I'm screaming at the door like, no.
I can literally see Bernie though sitting on the edge of the plane with like a fidget spinner, just
going
crazy.
Dead quiet. Yeah, just dead quiet with a weird stare on my face, and that's how it's probably going to be too.
Or like, is he okay?
Yeah,
we're not sure.
Not a bit. I will sword myself. The poor person that's tandem jumping with me, I feel bad for.
Oh man. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break in a couple of minutes here, and at that point, if anybody has any questions for Bernie on YouTube, feel free to enter them in there. But my question before we run to break, Bernie, is just, you've been doing this for a while. Like, how do you deal with all the travel? Like, it's been a lot, and I feel like there's a lot of side effects of all this travel, and I'm just curious, like, how have you come to terms with all the traveling?
I don't know that I have. I mean, it's easier now than it used to be for me, because 2018, 2019, 2020, I was in the truck. You know, whether we were doing the old truck, pulling a trailer, then we had the box truck doing that. So those, you know, like the first COVID year, we were on the road for 2.5 straight months. There was no coming home. There was no, I mean, we were just gone. And that was much harder, because at least now I can come back, but I don't know if there is a way. I think some people have, you know, their secrets to travel. I don't know if there is one for me. It's just, I think if you're going west, you should stay up. If you're an East Coaster, you should stay up as late as you possibly can. So when you go to bed, you're kind of already set on their time when you wake up. But I don't know if there's a secret. I like this whole summer, I felt kind of discombobulated.
Great. That's super helpful. It just doesn't ever get easier. Got it.
I'm out of here. What am I doing?
Really looking forward to that. But I will say, and I think I've said this to you before, that you said going from east to west is really hard, that 3 hours in that direction. And I was trying to argue with you that it wasn't. But now that I've gone to, because I go east all the time. Mm-hmm. But when I went to Hawaii, so that I had to simulate what you guys experienced going from east to west, it was really rough. So I totally agree.
Yeah, it's just, I've made the mistake the last 2 times of going to bed too early. Because, you know, you're tired. It's like 9 or 10 back home, and it's only 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Out west, and it's like I'm dead tired. Like you need to stay up, and I didn't do that the last couple of times, so I felt like I was always off. I don't know what the secret is going east. Is it getting to bed earlier, like forcing yourself to go to bed early, so when you wake up, you're kind of on East Coast time?
Well, I don't have to. Like, I just do. But I mean, I guess for me, it doesn't bother me because I'll go to bed at 6 o'clock. Like, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, like but I mean, when you get up though, when you get up at, like, if you go to bed at 6, you're getting up at like 3 or 4, right? Or do you sleep a long time? Like, I can't sleep more than 6 or 7 hours.
Well, I usually wake up with the sun, and so as long as
the sun.
Yeah, so if the sun, I usually won't wake up until the sun comes up. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll talk about this more right after this. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're continuing our conversation here with the one and only Bernie Nabors. We've been talking about travel. Bernie delivered the grim news that doesn't get any easier. So there's that.
Enjoy. It gets worse with age.
You know, one thing I keep trying to do though is like I'll find myself, you know, if someone's like finds out what I do for a living, you're at the airport having a drink or something like that, and people are like, wow, that sounds so cool. And my auto response is, it's exhausting. And I'm trying to get out of that habit because it feels like I'm almost not enjoying or appreciating this cool opportunity because I'm so focused on like exhaustion.
I'm with you, but I mean, think about the salespeople or traveling salespeople or people in the banking industry or whatever industry that are just on planes nonstop every week. It's just what they do. But you usually don't have the West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. Like, you know, usually it's kind of one area, one region that you go to when you do that. But yeah, I don't mind it. I think it is interesting when you have those kind of conversations with someone. But I mean, it's a grind, right? I mean, it's the hardest thing on your body is doing that travel, staying in, you know, Airbnbs or hotel rooms, and you don't know how clean or dirty they really are. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm being a little bit of a germaphobe on that, but I mean,
that's not happening.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm good at is I actually put that out of mind because I'm like, all right, like if I start to get into it and I start carrying my little petri dish and doing testing,
no, because I've got a terrible immune system, so I'm always when we have these 3-4 weeks in a row, I'm getting something.
Yeah,
you know, I get some sort of cold or something just from being in those rooms. But yeah, it gets no better. But I think it's a pretty, like, we get to see the country. Most people don't get to see the country.
So that's one thing I feel like I am taking it for granted because people ask me like, how am I doing? And like the first thing I say, and it sucks because I've read that this is like the worst response you could possibly say is like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm drained. But like at the same time, like I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like I love being able to travel and see new people. Like I feel weird that I have to wear like the same clothes, but at the same time, like bringing this to another state, it expands what we're trying to do here. It brings new people into the K9 unit, brings new people into the ACL, and I'm all about it. Like, I mean, it's a great conversation piece. Like I was talking about with that guy on the airplane earlier, you know, he sees my cornhole backpack and we start talking about it. And he's like, oh, I had no idea it was even that big. I'm like, that's kind of the point is, you know, getting the awareness out there and letting people know is amazing. Like what other job do you get to travel and meet new people and have the same conversation like it's brand new every time? Like
the one thing I don't think that any of us do well enough, and I think some people do, like Fred and Stephanie do a great job of this, is go see everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to see Paisley Park Studios when we're up in Minneapolis. Prince was kind of my guy growing up, so I'm definitely doing that. But like we don't like. I guess I did go see the Grand Canyon, but I haven't like gone out and seen all the spots. You know what I mean? Like
you'd have to add a day though, right? You'd have to add a day.
Yeah, and Fred and Stephanie do travel by car, so they're kind of driving the country, and that gives you time to kind of see everything. You're right; you do have to add a day. But
and that's why I'm just like, start doing it on Mondays because now that we're doing the show live on Wednesdays, like now I don't have to travel back early.
Yeah,
and do the highlights and stuff like that. I get that day, so yeah, I'm definitely right there with you. I want to start enjoying that part of it a little bit more.
I just wish that like. You know, I didn't have to be away from my family because then I feel like it would be easier for me to say, yeah, let's just stay here a day or whatever. That would make sense. But I'm just trying to rush home, you know, so it's tough. I will say that I feel like I've said it a million times, but like Salt Lake City was so freaking beautiful that you didn't even have to go anywhere. Just get
in the car and ride around and just do this. It was awesome. But yeah, I'm with you. Like getting back to see Julie, like I feel like I need to do that, even though you know, we're adults, we understand what I'm doing. And then I don't do as much during the fall as far as travel goes. So I might go to a couple football stops, but then, you know, the fall is kind of mine. So in a way, I kind of need to take advantage of these moments when I'm out there because I'm not doing much in the fall. So,
yeah.
So where is one place that you would love to go? So now we're starting to travel. We're going outside of the country. I don't know if you heard, Bernie, but I'm being really highly considered for Paris. They're
how about that? Isn't that crazy that you're yeah. I heard you had that talk with Stacy about it.
It might be self-proclaimed, but either way, it's going to be fun whenever I go.
How about Australia?
Australia on the clock now. So let's go ahead and put the entire world out there for Bernie. Where's one place that you would love to go for cornhole and commentate and enjoy?
I mean, it's got to be Australia and Hawaii for me.
Okay.
Kind of a tie. I mean, I missed Europe last year for COVID because I ended up catching COVID right before getting on the plane. But yeah, I would love to go to that Australia one, and I would love for us to go to Hawaii.
The logistics for Hawaii seem challenging.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
Kind of. I mean, it depends on if we could like do pre-sale on boards or something like that, and ship everything out there and just leave them there and then fly back.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, and they have to have a production crew already there. I mean, there has to be like they exist as a state, so there has to be stuff already out there. But when you see the prices for everything out there, you realize they exist, but everything's double the price.
It can just be an open. It doesn't need to be a shootout or
yeah, just an open. I mean, who would go?
I mean, people they would go. They'd make an excuse to vacation. I mean, that we'd probably get a really big turnout.
Absolutely. So Hawaii and then the Australia thing, got to find a way to go.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going to reach out to Matt and be like, hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Madden's going to have a lot of people staying on his floor, I got a feeling.
Yeah, I'm fine with it, though. I don't care. That's Australia for some reason. I mean, ever since it was Finding Nemo came out, man, I'm all about going there. I want to see if that address actually exists, but no.
How many Australians have you ever met? Because they're the best people. I mean, I've never met an Australian that I was like, man, that guy's a jerk.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I was in the Uber this morning, and the guy, I guess, is from the UK, and he was talking. He's like, oh, those Aussies, there's something else.
They are, man. Like, they're living it. They're living it.
Got a question that
I can't
here. When is ACL going to New York, Bernie? You should know.
We've been to New York in the past. Actually, in 2018, we had our first pro invitational in Brooklyn, out in Coney Island.
Oh,
so
really?
we've been there. We do need to get back. New York City is New York City, right? I mean,
it's a space issue. It's got to be, right?
And it's a cost issue. I mean, everything that you have to do there is so expensive. But we've been out to LA in that area a few times now, and I don't know. You're a SoCal girl, so you might. I mean, I don't really like LA. I love New York. I totally get like New York makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I've never been there.
I wish we'd go back. Are they talking New York State or New York City?
It just says New York.
Just says New York. But you know what? I'll tell you that my opinion on the difference between New York and LA, being from LA, I think that New York people have accepted who they are. like we're New Yorkers. You get what you get. And I feel like LA people are like in between. They're like who they really are and who they think they should be.
Yeah. If there's a negative about New York City and New York, I don't even know what you would call them.
It's New York City.
It's the only place on earth. And that's how they view it. There's New York City and there's the rest of the world that they don't care about. Seriously, they don't care. They really don't. Like, they're from New York City. The rest of it's just in the way. But you got to kind of admire that. That's how they are. They're like, yeah, oh, you're from Chicago, big city, well, whatever, small town. We don't even think about Chicago. Like they're crazy about like, oh, you're from so and so and you do this. Yeah, it's not New York.
Yeah, it's nothing like an identity for sure.
Yeah, they've got one. So good on them. But I love. I mean, I have fun. Like it makes sense. Like you can go anywhere cheaply, quickly. Believe it or not, I mean, it's really easy to get around. It's great food. I just love New York. I'd love to go back. If they're talking New York State, it's a really good question. I don't know.
You said city or Long Island?
City or, I mean, let's go back to the city. I mean, technically when you're in Brooklyn, you're on Long Island, right? So I would love to go back. We had a blast. Had a good time. We stayed in Brooklyn. We were out on Coney Island for the first Pro Invitational in 2018. But yeah, it's been a while. God, I mean, that was 5.5 years ago. That's
I want to say we were scheduled for one in New York in 2021, right? But it got moved. I remember that being on the calendar there.
Some COVID issues. We had COVID issues there. I mean, obviously some of the states were going to be very hard to work with, and that would allow us to do certain things on that tour. So I believe that was one of the places that was just going to make it almost impossible for us to go. So we obviously had to move.
Makes sense. Yeah, for sure. All right, Bernie, we are unfortunately out of time. It's been awesome having you join us.
I'm excited. So what episode is this? 24? Is that what you said?
24, yeah.
Yeah, so you're actually going to watch one, right? This is the first one.
Are you kidding me? I've watched 22 of these.
Yeah, lies.
Today.
To prepare.
Preparing for this non-scripted show.
I had to see what was coming. I like the bragging segment, by the way.
Yeah,
I think that's really smart. That's a good one. Definitely stealing that. We'll see that on Borderline soon.
It's pretty much the same thing as Borderline. We just have a banner at the bottom that we talk about what's going on. I mean, my favorite bragging segment ever out of all these we've done so far have been talking about people watching in the airport. Like that's all time.
Tell me something that's better than that.
Right.
Or you can do it. Go to New York City.
God, I about
people watch all day in Manhattan.
I about trampled over this kid today in the airport. He's walking around this tablet, just face down. I had no idea anyone else was there. Get out of the way, dude.
Dude, what's up with it being 98 degrees or whatever it is up there right now?
Is it? It's that hot?
It's hotter there than it is here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
and it's going to be that way all week.
Man.
Yeah.
That's brutal. That is brutal. I don't approve of that. All right, Bernie, it's been awesome. We will see you in a couple days in Minnesota. And then everyone stick around after this. We're going to have Jim Alves join us on the show right after this.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Welcome back. We are going to bring our next guest on the show. So welcome, Jim. We're so glad you made it here with us today.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
What up, brother? Good to see you again.
Long time no see. How you been?
Good, man. Good.
Good.
Got a big week next week, man.
Talk about it, right? Like you live in Detroit, you don't know when things are going to come your way, and then it all comes in a big wave. We got a lot of stuff coming this way this week. I love it.
You had this plan for years, though. You built a bar for people to go play cornhole and anticipate coming up.
Literally, I'm just going to shut it down after this week. This is all a build-up.
Mission accomplished.
No, it's going to be an insurance claim. I'm just going to burn it down, and then.
Well, you can't say that here. Come on now. We have 1 million listeners.
Well, now I have to change my plans, I guess. No, it's good. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this. We've been building up for a while. I look forward to the USA Forces every year anyway. So to take away the travel portion of it, let us focus on just getting a good event going, then tying it in with a national to allow that broadcast atmosphere, the impact of this. I call the USA Forces more like that average Joe's tournament. We chose a line of work that allows us to be afforded these kind of thank you tribute events. And now you get to do it right alongside the top level pros. It's a great environment. I think it's great. Having it here is awesome. And it's not too late to sign up. That's why I'm here. You go to usa-cornhole.org, man. Let's get a couple more teams in there. We're doing really well right now, but I know a lot of my return folks aren't going to make it, but I think there's some out there sitting on the fence, and I just want them to press that button and get their asses up here.
Yeah, talk about
what's the date for that?
Yeah, and when it is.
So the way it's working, the schedule, the way it was sent out actually starts with a welcome event on Thursday, the 29th. So June 29th, Great Shots is going to host a honoring our defenders tournament. This is open to everybody. Any of the pros that are in town early, all the locals want to come out. Obviously, priority goes to those that are part of USA Forces. So I think I've got it set up for 128, but Great Shots can handle numbers bigger than that. But I just wanted to set it up. It's in ACL local. You can pull up the events and log in for that. But we're going to have a good night to say, welcome to town. Here's thing. We have some prize money added to the pot, maybe a little elbow rubbing with some of the pros, and get situated before going into Friday's events. For the pros, doing what they have to do. And for us, for USA Forces, basically getting into doubles. That's the day everyone's kind of looking for. We get to that final, we do rounders, then we get into the final 8 teams, and then it shuts it down, and that goes to broadcast on recording on Saturday. We do Saturday morning. We do have a blind draw, but anybody that's looking to come and watch the broadcast for USA Forces, that's free to the public. So unlike any other broadcast, that one we want to make sure that people know it's first come, first serve. Get in there. Let's get the energy going. We did that once with USA Cornhole in Nashville, and I'll tell you, I remember Josh Keck just saying, I've never felt energy like this. We had people off the street in Nashville. They had someone was like a bachelorette party. They had cowbells. Like they're bringing cowbells in the middle of the game and stuff. And I'm like, this is the way cornhole's supposed to be, like a spectator sport.
Oh, I've heard about that. Like I hear about that broadcast all the time.
It was phenomenal. It was, I'm telling you, the energy on warm-ups before the cameras even went on let us know that we were in for a crazy night. And then we found a guy that we thought was Luke Combs. I mean, bear with us. You know, it's Nashville. It could be him. We're like, dude, Luke Combs is just
possible.
Let's go ahead and bring him down to VIP. And he comes down. He's got like a following with him. We're like, damn, it's Luke Combs. No, it was not Luke Combs. Some dude off of Twitch that had some followers. So we just called him. We called him Fluke Combs. So he was Fluke Combs for the whole tournament. But he had some fun. It was a good time. But that's what we're looking for the USA Forces. We want high energy. A good tribute for these guys and girls that are coming into play. And then obviously, like I said, we have blind draw Saturday, but then we have singles on Sunday, all timed out with everything else that's going on. So it's going to be a good time.
I like where your head's at, man. I'm going to have to hop on Craigslist and try and find some bachelorette parties and see if they can come down and watch the broadcast of Cornhole.
Hey.
I mean, Brian doesn't
Why do you think you can find them on Craigslist?
I don't know. I've never been to a bachelorette party. I don't know where they go.
I am upset that that's where your brain went right now. I don't even know what to do with that, Wally.
No, I don't even. At what point is there a bachelorette party on Craigslist? Who's selling a bachelorette party?
I don't know.
I must visit different sites than you guys. I don't know.
You clearly do.
Regular.
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
Wally. That was unique.
Yeah, it's what Wally brings to the table, that little extra quirk, right? No, it's good. We're looking forward to it. We're all geared up. Trying to, we got Michigan Marauders playing on Sunday, so not only do we get to host, but we get to watch our home team and Joe K and Jeremy and Jordan, all them just go to town and work over. Wait,
whoa, hold on. They're playing the Cali Slingers. I'll slow your roll.
I didn't even realize that. My bad. I didn't realize that. So with that, if I got any of my Michigan peeps here watching, buy your broadcast tickets for Sunday. Great Shots is doing a special. We'll give you a free T-shirt, enter into another tournament the next week. Get down there, support our boys and girls, and let's make sure Michigan takes this one home because they deserve it.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, aren't they struggling on the standings a little bit? So
hey, it's just a minor glitch. It doesn't matter. We're focusing on Sunday. That's what it matters.
Don't they need all these wins to qualify? So I mean,
doesn't everybody
need
to
get them?
Everybody needs wins. It's one at a time. They got it. Don't rain on my parade, buddy.
Are you
Don't rain on
Are you part of the team as far as captains go? I can't remember who's the Michigan captain.
I mean, manager.
It's Joe.
Yeah. No, the manager.
Joe Neested.
No, Joe's
the captain.
Who's the team manager?
Nope, not answering that.
You don't know? Yeah, I don't know either.
If there's an opening, I'm free. I got nothing else going on in my life right now.
I'll say.
Yeah,
he
seems like he got nothing to say.
That's on his fault. Yeah. So anyway, if you want to sit next to me in the VIP section, we can kind of cheer him on together.
You talking to me?
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
Oh, you think I don't have my own VIP table? Stop now. Let's go.
I don't have one.
everybody
I don't
down.
have one. I'm self-inviting to your
He's trying to
table.
join yours.
Oh, you're trying to get on my VIP table.
He's like, I know you have one. Can I have a seat?
Listen, there was this one time I went on Craigslist and I made a worse decision. So you coming to my table can't be that bad of a decision.
I'll bring the cowbell. I'll bring the cowbell.
Only if you bring a cowbell. That's fair.
I'm not lying. When that happened, I saw these girls like pre-recording. I went over to them and I'm like, what's the deal with the cowbells? And they told me, and I said, here's the deal. You see all those people wearing Big Shots jerseys? They're like, yeah. I said, you don't ring those things to distract them, but every time they do something good, you just go ham on it. Just go ham. And they did. It was like paid distraction in the crowd. It didn't work because Ryan Windsor still kicked our butt, but it was worth a try.
He does that sometimes.
He's been known.
Yeah,
He's been known.
He does that.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully, people, I think there was some places to stay down in Detroit. As a local, I'm going to let you know the city is way better than what the reputation gave it over the last few years. Downtown has really been, revamped.
Well, we're coming off of Portland, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're going to love it. This is going to be phenomenal. Like it'll be great. But I'm just saying, stay downtown. There's like a DMZ, there's downtown and then you got about 8 or 10 miles that are not so much, and then you get back out to the suburbs.
So where is Great Shots in regards to where we're going to have our events happening?
About 20 minutes. So basically, Detroit's built like a pinwheel, and everything, the mile roads that go north of it are basically mile markers off the center of the city, and we're at 16 miles. So 16 miles north of the city, great place, easy to get to right off the highway. I know that, we've been talking about Great Shots I've been bugging people for years. And now that it's here, I know there's people that want to come out, but this is it. This is 50-50. I know how everything works for people that come in for the Nationals. They're in parking lots of hotels playing afterwards. So what I did is I have a mobile cornhole command post. I have a 20-foot truck that can bring cornhole anywhere. I've actually set up 2 tournaments downtown, a mile from all the hotels. So anybody that's going can get on a rented scooter or Uber and stay right downtown if you want to on Friday and Saturday nights at Hockeytown Cafe. So we're just going to do an ACL swap. I completely respect the fact that these players have long days the next day. We're guaranteed to be done by midnight. It's going to be run quick, professional, just a great night to get out and see, what we have. That location is right in the center of all the stadiums. So between Ford Field and Comerica and then LCA, it's a great spot. It's going to be outdoors. So hopefully a lot of people attend and we have a good time and make the most of the weekend.
Yeah, well, the one thing I can tell you about cornhole players that is we never get sick of playing cornhole. So we're down.
Yeah. I have a hard time lumping myself into the actual cornhole player crowd. Like I always feel like I'm just the, like the football team has those like tackling dummies. I feel more like that than the actual player. I'm like, I get people can practice looking up on me. So
I do gotta apologize because I think you fell into the same category that I fall into. Is whenever I start playing, people are like, I thought you were better. I'm like, just talk about it a lot.
Yeah, I think
I was watching you play, and I can't remember how long ago it was, and I was like, he's got his own cornhole bar. I thought he was
bad.
Better.
Whatever it was bad.
It was bad.
See,
oh man,
that's the way it was. Like, I don't get time to play. Like right now, like honestly, I've got 86 teams playing out for our Wednesday league right now outside this door. There's no chance of me getting any like time. And when they roll out, I'm cleaning up and I'm going home because I work for the military in the morning. Like this is side hustle work here. So my skills, I never came into this to be the best cornhole player, and I'm succeeding fully on not being the best cornhole player.
I found it best not to set goals because if you never reach them, you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I would much rather be expectations down here and I can only overachieve. It's
that's what I try to do.
Cornhole. Yeah. The second they gave me the cornhole nickname of Jimmy Bags, all of a sudden you're expecting stuff. And I'm like, no, it's just 2 words, man. I can't throw a bag. It's not happening.
Just ignore that. All right, Jim, it's been awesome connecting with you. I'm looking forward to everything you have set up for Detroit next week. So make sure you check all of that out. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the odds after this. So don't go anywhere.
Thanks, guys.
we're back. And Wally, did you see the comment in YouTube?
I did. Got a new fan.
Your plane buddy.
Yeah. What up, Luke? Welcome in, brother.
So
yeah.
the guy that Wally was talking about earlier about meeting on the airplane joined us on YouTube and said hello. So I think that's so cool.
There we go. One new viewer. So money well spent, ACL.
Yes, good job. All right, so we've got odds to go.
For us to upgrade to A1 through A15 so we can meet.
See what you get? Yep. There you go. Such a valid point, Wally. Thank you for bringing up this topic. Yeah. All right, let's get into doubles. What do you want to start with?
All right, let's go and start with the ladies first. Let's go with the ladies.
Okay.
We got Cameron Belvin, the plus 200 right there. She's the top female. Sarah Cassidy at plus 500. Kaylee Hunter, 600. Connie Altice, plus 800. Your home run hitters, Maya Cup at 3,000, Annette Tedder, 3,500, and Brandy McBride at 4,000. I don't believe Sarah Cassidy's going, if I'm not mistaken. So stay away from that.
I saw her on the list.
Yeah, I think she's on the list, but I think I talked to her because she won a prize from the K9 Unit subscribers, and she said she's not going to make it to this one, I don't think. So.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Stay away from that one, but I got to say I do like what I saw at her. Kimberly Glass at plus 800 the last time she was on the broadcast court. Daniela Luna at plus 1,500 is not bad odds. Of course, we talked about Yeti Irwan, always off to a quick and early start. But yeah, we got some decent value there in the middle with all these ladies: Kimberly, Yeti, Allison, Danielle. I can see any of them winning it. But who do you like on this list at the value, or are you just going at the top with Cameron plus 200?
I agree with you. I think Kimberly Glass is a great buy right there at plus 800. When I look at this, we have 3 left. I'm thinking. 3 left? Yeah, 3 left.
Yep.
I'm thinking, who do I think is absolutely going to walk away with a shootout win? And, Karen Belvin, Sarah Cassidy, Connie Altice are the names that stand out to me on this list. But, plus 200. I mean, I guess Connie Altice at plus 800 too is not bad.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to put some money down, I'm probably going to go with Kaylee Hunter at 600. And then if I want a home run, I'll probably just go with Danielle at 1,500. It's not too terrible odds there.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's switch over to men's singles here. The top spot, Justin Burton Jr. plus 400 right there. Alex Rawls 400 as well. Harbaugh at 550 and Joe Neested at plus 750. I think pretty much every single person on this list is a favorite to win this shootout. I mean, we talked about it on Monday. Yeah. There's so many names that you're shocked to see they haven't won a shootout, but there's only 8 spots. So for this type of situation here, I'm probably going to take one of the top guys, Devin Harbaugh, and I'm probably placing 4 bets trying to hit that home run because, quite frankly, you can get some pretty good value deep on this list. I don't know why. I always talk about sometimes a name just stands out to me of who I think is going to win. And Tanner Halbert is standing out to me right there at plus 28.
Me too. Ryan Smith and Tanner Halbert are jumping off the screen for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is great value, especially when we get down to the end of the season. Ryan Smith, we talked about his dominance in shootout, so I would like to see that continue. But, you can never go wrong with any of these guys. We expect Tanner Halbert to be a top 10 player at plus 2,800. That's great value. I'll take that all day long.
Absolutely.
All right, second page here. I believe that's Jordan Power at plus 3,500, Gavin Cano 35, and Frank Milan plus 35 as well. Nico Morales, our boy, there at plus 5,000. And then near the bottom, we got Blaine and Trevor. I think they're both playing very well. But who on this list stands out to you, Meesh?
Brett Guy at 5,000. I like that one a lot. I like Frank Maudlin because Find Away Frank, 3,500. I think those are the 2 that jump out to me.
After what I saw at national number 3, I'm definitely looking at Steven Bernasette plus 4,000. Steve Bernasette was remarkable. His airmail was on point. The airmail is one thing that's hard to carry from tournament to tournament. Sometimes you're just feeling it. You get in that rhythm. I think he was somewhere around the 85%, but going through these highlights, I mean, he was hitting his push shots. He even hit a bar of soap. I mean, he was on fire. So I definitely like Steve Bernasette there at plus 4,000.
Yeah, a lot on this page, though. A lot of good value.
Yeah. Alec Ryan, another one there at plus 5,000. Looking here at the final page, we got Cedro at plus 6,000. You always say never sleep on Cedro.
Hey, he's my guy. He shocks me every time.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm expecting big things. I mean, I know why, but I'm expecting big things out of Matt Troxler right now.
Okay.
7,500. If I'm placing 4 bets, I'm throwing some money on Matt Troxel there as my big home run hitter. I mean, that's great value. Anyone on this bottom list here, if they win, it's going to be kind of shocking. We did see Kobe Costanza make a big step forward there at national number 3, throwing in doubles there with Tyler. This is a singles format, so who knows what we're going to get out of him. But, yeah, I don't know. Matt Troxel is just standing out to me right there. I like the value.
Interesting.
But let's go ahead and hop over to doubles real quick. We got Philip Lopez Jr. and Mark Richards at plus 290. JBJ and Logan Chamberlain there at plus 400. Brett, Matt, Guy teaming up again, plus 900. Then Trey and Alex at plus 600. Same situation here in singles. We just got so many strong names that haven't qualified yet for a shootout. It's kind of interesting because I could see myself placing a $100 bet on pretty much all these. Blake Karnick and Steve Schroeder at the bottom. Just had a phenomenal run. So
yeah,
I don't know who you taking on this.
Give
me one.
Oh, just give me one. Then I'm taking Neisted Schermerhorn.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,500. I think that one stands out to me. I mean, I want to say Nico Morellis and Devin Harba, but we don't know. I just don't know because they haven't been partners that long. I just feel a little bit uncertain where we've seen Neisted and Schermerhorn have success as partners.
Okay. I don't mind it at all.
But Foreman Creek Killer would be right there.
Yeah, if I had one bet and I'm not taking anyone near the top, I'm going to go with Foreman and Creek Killer for some reason. I doused them for the national. Remember, I said it was Sissy and Elizabeth going to take them out round 1, but I'll give them the shootout to make up for it. So how's that?
Yeah, it's a good bet. I think it's a good safe bet.
Yeah, plus 1,200 though. Why not? All right, second page here. We've got some interesting pairings. We got Ben Brown and Bob Bonster at plus 7,000. I kind of feel like Daniel Walker Jr. and Tom Walter starting to turn that corner at the right time. I liked what I saw out of them. I believe it was blind draw action, but they both have been throwing pretty well lately. Plus 8,000. Yeah, why not? Yeti and Danny Seals, though. Like, how many times do we look at a bracket and we were like, Yeti and Danny Seals are just going deep? You know what I mean?
They do. They do.
Some people having some good runs. Kind of surprised that they're that far down as far as the betting odds go. But again, we got
Sarah Cassidy's there again, by the way.
Yeah, I think this is just going off of signups though. So I don't think she's going to be there. Okay. If I look at the open standings, I'm pretty sure Ashton was paired up with somebody else, right?
I don't remember.
I don't know. We're starting to look at so many lists now. They're all starting to kind of run together. But we're getting down to the end of it. You can pretty much bet on anyone near the top and have a good rooting interest for it to go.
These last few shootouts, I feel like it's a good betting time because there's just so many names left, especially on the men's singles and doubles. I mean, the women's too. I mean, the hard part of the women's is we have 3 spots left. Like, let's say that Cameron Belvin, Connie and Sarah. Well, Sarah's not going. Like those top names. Let's say they don't get it. Let's say it's a random. It's a Brady McBride or Nicole Pratt or Annette Tedder. Like, then it's like, oh my god, like 2 left, and who's gonna get it?
Yeah. Do you remember the odds for Gina when she won?
That'll be nuts.
I feel like she was down there at the bottom, like kind of where Brandy and Annette and Nicole are. So. Who knows? I mean, these shootouts, anyone can win it. They can sneak in just by getting a couple big rounds and coming out with 4 or 5 points. The next thing you know, that's half the game right there in one round. So I don't know. I mean, of course, my money's always been exactly. KK. I wish KK would just win one already, so that way I could stop picking her. You know what I mean?
I know.
I expect her to win it. She's been so close so many times. She just ran into the wrong person at the wrong time, but. Yeah, as far as the men's singles goes, though, it's just remarkable how many top tier elite names are there, and it's who knows, maybe it's the shootout format that just kind of eludes them.
Well, maybe, but that's why I'm saying the fact that Ryan Smith is still there is the no-brainer bet for me because he's shown such success in shootout format. So, like, to me, he's going to get one. It's just a matter of which one. So that feels like a great bet in my opinion.
Yeah, do you feel like the I guess kind of the curse that we put on people, like we put it on Mark Richards, like, oh, the shootout, he hasn't got it figured out yet, but it's like there's like 50 people that can win a shootout. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the chances of him actually winning a shootout, it's not like he's getting dominated. He's right there. You know, he's just barely lost a couple. Now he's made it out. But I mean, is there anyone that made it last year that you can remember that you're just like, I'm very surprised they haven't won yet, other than Ryan Smith? I mean, Ryan Smith, Brett Guy, and Eric Davis, I feel like we've dubbed them as like the shootout gods.
Correct.
Like they show up to the court. I mean, Eric Davis and Brett Guy have done it in doubles back-to-back years.
Well, that's why it will be really interesting if Matt Guy and Brett Guy take it this weekend, because then, you know, there goes our power team that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I mean, they've had their chances, though. I mean, they've been right there for the most part. They haven't really shown that same spark that they got last year. I don't have any inside information or anything like that, but I almost feel like we're kind of gearing ourselves towards that switch of partnerships for next season. You know, Brett and Matt Guy, they love throwing together. They have chemistry that's unmatched on the boards. I mean, they can just look at each other and have a whole conversation with just one look. And it's hard to find in a partnership. Being a father-son combo, you're definitely going to be happy winning a shootout with your son.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely, you know, a special partnership that we see with the siblings or mother-daughter, mother-son. Yeah, all of that. That's definitely special. All right. Well, that is all we have time for today. We will see you guys in Minnesota this weekend, Detroit next weekend. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
There you go.